Hi, I'm John DeVore. Welcome to the channel. Today's not a music review exactly. First of all, just a few things. A couple of days ago, I did. Was it last? No, it was Wednesday night. This is Friday. Wednesday night, I did an event at In Living Stereo. My very first dealer, In Living Stereo, Stephen Show, was the first dealer I ever had as a speaker company, DeVore Fidelity speaker company. It went awesome. So many people showed up. The sound in his store. So Steve has recently kind of moved stuff around a little bit, and store is beautiful. The store has long been an amazing shop. Great vibe, amazing gear in there, and it sounds tremendous. So we had the O reference was in the big room with GIP amp preamp and AMG turntable, and then there was a Riviera integrated amp on O bronzes, and then the third system was a pair of Gibbon Super Nines with a Lieben integrated amp, and I believe a Rega turntable. I could be wrong on that. Anyway, it was great, awesome vibe. It was really fun to do another hometown event. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, everyone who came out. Fucking Billy Squire, owner of serial number one of the O96s, showed up. I haven't seen him. Legendary rock god from the 1980s. He was there. Thank you for showing up. It's been a long time. It's great to see you. He brought test pressings of something that he's got coming up for Record Store Day in April. Sounded great. Really appreciated everything. It was the event was super fun. I wanted to vent a little bit about formats, the most boring possible venting, but so for digital, my digital music, I ripped over the years, starting many years ago. I ripped all of my CDs with no uncompressed. I ripped them all to hard drives. So I don't have any physical digital media. I don't have any CDs anymore. Everything is on a hard drive. And my music library has grown enormous. I do many times when I buy a record. So if I buy a record from somebody on Bandcamp, I get the full resolution download as well. And so my digital music library is enormous. It's many terabytes. And I have for playback, I always for many years I have used Rune. Rune is it's my favorite. I don't know if it sounds the best or not. It sounds great. It certainly sounds better than using Apple Music. And its interface is, in my opinion, it's the best. It's the one that it's most intuitive to me, and it's very good at sort of keeping things organized and sorting. So I run Rune on a little Intel NUC computer, which is a little palm-sized computer, and it runs Rune OS, and it is it's on my Ethernet network, but all of my music is on a hard drive, a big RAID hard drive that is Thunderbolt connected to my Mac. So in order for that to be a network drive, it was shared via my Mac into the network. And I recently got a new Apple computer. My old one was 2017. It was starting to get a little rickety. The Intel chips were starting to be supported less and less by some of the software I use. So I got a new Mac, and suddenly Rune, no matter what I do, no matter what permissions I give it, no matter what boxes I check, Rune no longer can find my 12 terabytes of music waiting to be played, eagerly, anxious even to be played. And so rather than try to make a pretend network drive like I have been, I finally caved and I bought a big network hard drive that is now just going to be hanging out on the net and will on the network and a NAS drive, and Rune will read from that. But anytime you're transferring many terabytes of data, it's always a little bit of a crapshoot. Certainly, it takes a long time, and certainly it is a pain in the ass. And I hope I don't lose my metadata, because if I lose the metadata on those tens of thousands of songs, many of which are not known by Rune, they are unknown. So I have to enter in all my own metadata. Anywhere, it's a nightmare. It really makes me appreciate analog. If somebody came in here and just rearranged all of my records, so all four walls have records on them. Let's say roughly 10,000 records in here. If somebody just rearranged them, I would still be able to pull one off, and by looking at the album cover, I would know what it is, and I would know which tracks were on it, and I would know who the artists were. If you lose your metadata on tracks that are not easily identifiable in a library, in a database that is 12 terabytes, good fucking luck. So, just saying. Another shout out to Physical Media. Thank you for being awesome. Speaking of Physical Media, I was... so in the mornings, I have my coffee in the morning, and I make a smoothie, like a fruit smoothie in the morning. That's my morning routine. And I am generally listening to public radio. I'm listening to BGO or KCR, or it's going to be any one of a number of generally public radio stations. So to listen to classical music or jazz music, at least in New York City, you're listening to a public radio station. If you want to listen to WFMU, if you want to listen to something that's really wild and you're going to hear shit that you're not going to hear anywhere else, you'll get amazing new music, ideas, FMU, public radio. All of this is to say that now that one of our political parties has finally succeeded, after decades of trying, they have finally succeeded in dropping the axe on using tax money to pay for public broadcasting in general. And they're going to whine because they're going to say that it's become biased, and I'm going to argue that it has not become biased. Perhaps it is center left, but it is certainly not hard left. It just feels that way because the current American right is so far right that it would have been inconceivable in this country the way the current right does. Inconceivable in this country right after we defeated fascism alongside our allies in Europe, our close allies in Europe, right after World War II, or even perhaps right after FDR saved us from the Great Depression. These were times when the country was quite strong, and it was very far left of where it is today. So I'm just saying that public broadcasting is not a crazy lefty communist plot. It is a powerful medium with real reporting, which is very hard to find in these days where broadcast media is basically for-profit opinion masquerading as news. So anyway, the axe is dropped. It is probably never coming back, which means that the access that 99% of the people in the U.S. had to classical music, probably to jazz, probably to a great deal of real sort of underground indie music, that access is in jeopardy. And if you are somebody like me who listens to public radio, who listens to classical music radio, who listens to jazz radio stations, you should really consider supporting your local station. I'm not saying send it into NPR. I'm saying support your local station. W blah blah blah, K blah blah blah, whatever your local station is, find it, give them a little money. If you can afford $5, if you can afford $10 a month, I know I sound like one of those annoying pitches during the fundraising times for these radio stations, but it's really true. They need it now more than ever, and it really is the only access most people have in this country to classical or jazz. It's it. So help them out. You'll be doing a good thing for sure. It's not political, and you know what? If you think it is political, that's on you. Anyway, I think we're gonna listen to the radio when we go out. I'm not gonna play a record or anything. I think I'm gonna tune in WBGO, and whatever's playing, I think we're gonna go out on that. So thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who showed up at In Living Stereo on Wednesday. Thank you to always, as always, thank you everyone who's watching. If you want to bitch and moan about public broadcasting in the comments, that's fine, but I am not going to engage you because this is what I know to be true. I'm telling you right now. And I will see you at the next video. Thanks. Bye.